Annoyed with myself for not really understanding how this transmission works, so I went onto my computer and pulled up the manual that I downloaded a few years ago, and here's the flow diagram for it. I guess actually the part with the slippers and pistons is the pump. I thought that that part with the 2 gears was the pump. Actually, that's the motor. So I guess there's a nice little description on here of how this works, and again, not too terribly concerned with the theory behind it, but I guess what happens is when you move the control pedal, it lifts and lowers this ring, and that kind of limits how far these pistons can travel. And I would assume that when the pistons can travel different distances, that kind of changes the internal volume of the pump. So I guess by increasing the volume, they can change the speed. So when the fluid leaves there as a high pressure, it then goes to the gear motor, and that's what rotates the gears. It's kind of interesting. This is one of the only hydrostatic transmissions I've ever seen that has a neutral valve. You can see here that all these lines down here are high pressure. So anywhere along here, you know, the fluid under pressure always takes a path of least resistance. So if that neutral valve is pushed down, obviously the pressurized fluid is going to flow through this valve and just dump back into the reservoir before it's going to turn that motor. So that's what gives it a neutral. Kind of a nice feature this transmission has that you don't really see. But other than that, this is a good manual to have. Just, I'm sure it's floating around on the internet somewhere. I can't remember where or how I downloaded mine. It's been so long. But this one at the bottom, it has some notes. It says Don and Pete Duff's notes, and they have some good pictures and some really good information. I guess they really seem like they know what they're doing. And I saw on one of the websites somebody said that they emailed them and they were buying parts off. I don't know what kind of parts they have. I emailed them once and asked them a question, and I can't remember what I even asked them, really. But this manual has a lot of good information. There's that diagram I was talking about earlier, how to put that tapped block onto the transmission. Kind of neat, all these old hand drawings. But yeah, I would definitely recommend reading through this before you start to do anything. One other nice thing about this, I don't know how, like I keep saying, I don't know if you can really get parts for these anymore, but somewhere on here there's a parts diagram. Now here they have the Bolens part number and the Eaton part number for some of these parts. So I don't know if somehow you could get a hold of Eaton. Yeah, here's the exploded view. I don't know how somehow you can get a hold of Eaton and get those parts. I really doubt it. You know, but who knows? If you're desperate, I guess. Yeah, here we go. They have the list, and then I guess this is kind of the same as the one in the regular Bolens parts manual, except that they list a Eaton part number. So I don't know. And then down at the bottom, here's the Don and Pete Duff's notes. I'm not going to go into what they did. I'd like to give them credit for it, though. They're kind of the, you know, the gurus, I guess. So it's definitely worth reading through their notes. And like I said, if you need parts, I don't know if they sell parts to this. I don't really know. I don't know if they were a Bolens dealer or what, but I would definitely say they really know what they're doing. I would give them a holler if you need parts or advice, because I'm not sure if my videos are helpful. Hopefully they are, but again, I'm far from the expert. Just wanted to give people a little bit of an idea of how to take their transmission apart if they're having trouble, and kind of serve as a nice at least basis for people to have, you know, discussion about what they've done, what's worked for them, what hasn't worked, that sort of thing.